Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be making a real family favourite meal, which happens to be one of my husband's favourite things that I make. It's a really simple roasted tomato soup with twice baked potatoes, and it's a Sophie Dahl recipe that I discovered years ago, and I've been making it ever since because we loved it that much. So I'm going to show you what you need and how to make it. So you'll need some tomatoes, lots of. I tend to buy about 3 or 4 packets, and I get the tomatoes on the vine because I like the flavour that they give to the soup. You'll also need a red onion and a whole bulb of garlic, some olive oil and sea salt and black pepper. For the twice baked potatoes, you will need baking potatoes, creme fraiche and some soft goat's cheese. So the first thing you need to do is preheat your oven to roughly 180 degrees. First up, I need to wash all of my tomatoes, which takes a while because there's so many of them. And then take them off the vine, which I find strangely satisfying, I'm not sure why. Once they're clean, just slice them in half and put them into a roasting tin. Cut side up, then roughly chop up your red onion into pieces and slice your garlic bulb in half right down the middle so that you end up with 2 complete halves like this. Put those into the tin with the tomatoes and the onions cut side up and drizzle with some olive oil. Then add some sea salt and black pepper to the top and put your roasting tin into the oven for roughly 45 minutes to an hour. I usually check on it halfway through. Then it's time to give your potatoes a thorough wash, ready to go in the oven. I just pop them on the shelf underneath the tomatoes. After about an hour, this is what your tomatoes will look like. They're ready by this point, so you want to take them out of the oven, remove your garlic halves and let them cool slightly while you start scooping your tomatoes into a blender or food processor. I like to do mine in 2 batches because I have quite a small blender. Then it's time for the best bit, which is to squeeze the garlic cloves out of the bulb. This is so satisfying, it really is my favourite part of the whole thing. They come out really easily, usually, unless they're overcooked, in which case they dry up a bit, so you've got to be careful not to leave them in for too long. Then pop those into your blender or food processor with the tomatoes and blend to a consistency of your choice. I like to keep mine quite chunky because I like my soups that way, but it's entirely up to you. Then pop it into a large pan. There goes the second batch, and then I add that into the pan as well. At this point, I like to season the soup again with some more salt and pepper, a sprinkle of sugar, and I also like to add in a splash of balsamic vinegar as well, just to add some depth of flavour. Then let that simmer away on a low to medium heat. So once the potatoes are ready, you can take them out of the oven and preferably wait for them to cool, but I didn't have the patience, so I just started chopping them in half. And you want to cut them so that they will stand on end, so you can refill them and put them back in the oven. And also don't scoop out too much of the potato because you want them to be able to hold their shape as well. Next, you're going to add in your goat's cheese all in one go and a good few spoonfuls of creme fraiche and mix it all together. I sometimes add chives into this as well, which is really tasty, but I didn't have any. And then scoop the mixture back into the skins. Then scoop the mixture back into the skins and pop it back in the oven for another 20 minutes or until golden brown. So let me know in the comments if you're planning to make this, and if you do make it, let me know what you thought. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.